Hey everybody, this is Massachusetts Maritime Academy Dad again, coming back at you with another video here. This one has to do with the orientation graduation, 2 weeks after orientation when you go up. I just have some notes here that I think is going to be helpful for any freshman parents that are going to go through what we went through. So the first thing I'll say about orientation graduation, and if you watched my last video about the orientation drop-off, make sure when you drop your cadet off for orientation that you find a place to meet. Find a statue, an anchor, or somewhere before you leave to tell them that that's where you want to meet, because that'll be really difficult to find your cadet after it's dispersed and the conclusion of the graduation, because everyone looks the same. It's really hard to pick out your kid, so do that. Parking, I will say this. It's a nightmare. I'm going to tell you that we got there really early. I think, if I remember, orientation graduation started at, I want to say 9 o'clock, maybe 10. But they had a parent orientation that was like an hour and a half before, like 8:30 it started in their auditorium that they had. I would not recommend going to that. It's really not a lot. You're going to get very little information there. It's really there just to tell you how you can, basically, if your cadet wants to quit, how to convince them to go back. But we were lucky. Me and my wife, when we were there, somebody texted us and told us that the cadets were doing marching practice out on the field. So we ended up bolting out of there, left, and thank God we did, because I'm going to tell you, I would not recommend going to that family orientation. There's really not a lot of information that you can really actually use. Get to the stadium. Get there. If the graduation starts at 10, get there an hour and a half before. Get there at 8:30 and get a seat, because I'm going to tell you, it packs out. People bring 5, 6, 10 family members per cadet, and when we got there, it filled up really fast, and there were a lot of people that couldn't get seats. I actually had to give up one of my seats to an elderly gentleman because it was the right thing to do, and I was able to stand in there. But just get there early and get a seat, and you could watch your cadets company do marching drills as opposed to going to that family orientation. I would not recommend doing that. Here's what I would recommend you do. When you come in off of Main Street and you turn right and you're going down Academy Avenue towards the school, to the right is the marina, and to the left of that is a parking lot. That's where all the seniors park. Park there. I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. Park there, get out, and walk the couple blocks or the half mile to the stadium. It's going to be your best bet, because when graduation is over, there's one traffic light right there on Academy Drive and Main Street, and there's going to be 400 or 500 cars trying to get out. You're going to be stuck there. We were literally stuck in traffic for 2.5 hours. It was that long. So if you're parked along the canal or down there by that admin building down there at the end, or anywhere by the softball field, just bring a couple chairs. Don't even try to get in traffic. Just bring a couple chairs, bring some lunch, sit by the canal and wait for everyone to clear it, because it's going to take you 2-3 hours easily, I'm telling you. So, but if you park at that parking lot across from the marina and you do the walk, when you get done and you walk back, you'll be able to get out and probably get in time, because a lot of the cadets, like for us, we got together with our son's other 2 family members, his roommates, and so we wanted to take the cadets to lunch. And I think the graduation was supposed to be over at 11, so we booked reservations for this Italian restaurant right down the road, Mezzaluna, I think it's called. A great place, by the way. If you've never been there, go there. It's fantastic food. But we booked it at 1. We didn't get there until 2. It took 3 hours to get out of there. It was that bad. So if you park in, I think it's called C Lot. It's right across the marina. Just park there and get out and walk the 2-3 blocks, half a mile, and get to the stadium. That way, when it's done, again, you can walk back. Because if you're anywhere past the stadium, going down that canal, I'm telling you, you're going to be there for 2 or 3 hours. So that's a tip. That's what I would, if I had to do it over again, that's what I would have done. Um, so definitely do that. And get there early, like an hour and a half, and get a seat. If you get to the middle part, they actually have seats, and then I think on the outer side are benches. So if you need something for back support, get there early. You can get a seat in the middle there. Um, and so, and then what you want to bring for orientation, graduation, is obviously any of your cadets' civilian clothes. I wouldn't bring a lot. Remember, they cannot wear any civilian clothes throughout the whole week. They can't wear it. Only when they have liberty and they go out on the weekends. So just bring enough for, 2 or 3 days, right? That's really all that they need. You don't need to bring a whole wardrobe with you. They're not gonna. They don't. First of all, they don't have the room for it, and they're not going to be able to wear that stuff. So, for my son, I think he brought like 3 or 4 pairs of shorts, maybe 2 or 3 collared shirts, a couple quarter zips, and real nice dress shoes, tennis shoes that he wore. So when he went out on the weekends with his friends, that's all he had. And it was fine. He was able to hang his collared shirts up on the command hooks that I talked about in my last video behind his bunk. And then he's also, so under their bunk, their desk, they have 3 drawers and then a long drawer. So we brought all his school supplies for orientation, graduation. That was his pencils. I brought some extra pens, some highlighters, some thumbtacks, because in front of their desk they have a cork board, and so there's no thumbtacks there. So try to bring those so that they can thumbtack some notes or whatever for their classes on their cork board. But in the top pull-out drawer is where my son put all his pins and stapler and paper clips and things like that. And then over to the left there were 3 drawers. The top drawer, he had his cables in there and his shoe polish, right? So that left the middle drawer and the bottom drawer. The bottom drawer is the bigger one. That's where he actually put his shorts and his t-shirts in there, so that when he was ready to go out on the weekends, he could just open up his bottom drawer and grab his stuff and go, right? So you've got plenty of storage in that desk for what they need. That's what I would recommend. Don't 3 or 4 days worth of clothes, a couple pair of shoes, and then you get your bin, right? Everybody gets a what is it? Is it a 25 gallon? Some bin you get. You get them at Home Depot, Walmart, and you can put stuff in there too if you need to store that. Cleaning supplies, definitely. You're going to want to get with the other parents if you can. We got my son some Clorox wipes to wipe the sink down because they're going to have inspection. Some dusters and these Windex wipes for their mirror, and a couple air fresheners. And then I don't know what that cleaning holder thing is. It's like a little handle thing. And you can put and then some paper towels, a couple rolls. You can put that under the sink and just leave it there. So you're going to need those. Now the packing list does tell you to bring brass cleaner. Don't, because the only brass there's no real brass, right? Like the buckle is a brass, and then they're pins, but it's not real brass. It's fake brass. So that cleaner will tarnish it. It actually ruined my son's buckle. He had to buy a new one. So it says to bring brass cleaner. Don't. They're not going to need it. It's going to ruin what they have. I don't know why they put it on there, but it's the worst thing for that brass because it's coated. It's not real brass, right? That brass cleaner is for like actual brass. So don't bring it. They can just use a cloth and shine it that way. Mattress toppers, they have different sizes. Really, the 2 inch is really all you're going to need. It's easier to roll up because they have to roll that up and store that for inspections in the morning time. And if you get the thicker one, the 3 inch, it's harder to roll up. It's more bulky. The 2 inch, my son loves it. He says it's perfect. So they're going to have to roll that up every morning. So they'll make their bunk and do their hospital corners, tighten it all up, and then they throw their mattress topper on top of that, and that's what they sleep on, right? And then in the morning they just roll it up and they store it. There's plenty of places around the bunk, under the bunk and above the locker. They could store it there or back behind the bunk. That's where they're going to put it. So a 2 inch is really all you need. And as far as like Liberty, again, they can't wear any clothes, no civilian clothes, especially as a freshman. You have to wear your PT gear. So that means If you're done with class, if your cadet is done at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and they go back to the room, they can't just put on any clothes. They can't, even if they stay in their room, they can't just wear sweats. You can't do it. You have to wear your PT gear. That's the PT gear that they issue to you during orientation. It's usually 2 blue shirts with your name on it and 2 yellow shirts, and then some shorts. That's what you have to wear through there. And then they give you some warm clothes too, because when winter comes around in November, December, I think they get sweatpants. I'm not sure. I'll talk to my son and find out exactly what he got. But yeah, that's kind of really all you need to do. And then when they leave campus, they have to wear their uniform of the day, their black uniform. And it's only freshmen. Why they do this, I don't know. But if it's a Friday and they get Liberty and they're going to go to their friend's house that lives in Connecticut or Boston, they have to leave in their uniform, and then they have to change. A lot of them just change out by the car, or they go to a gas station in there and they change into their civilian clothes. So you have to leave, and then when you return on Sunday, I believe Liberty ends so Friday, it's after class anytime. So if you're done with class at 2, you can leave at 2. All right. But coming back on Sunday, I believe you have to be back by 5 o'clock. Don't hold me to that. It's either 5 o'clock, and then they have inspections at 7. So they just have to be back, and then when they come back on campus, they've got to change back into their uniforms and walk back on campus. So that's basically how that is. And then they wear their button. Now when they transition, when they go into their sophomore year, they can wear what's called buck gear. That's all the stuff you get at the bookstore. That's, sweatshirts, sweatpants that have the little school logo on them. They can wear that to the gym or anything like that. But as a freshman, anytime they want to leave their room and even just go to the gym to work out, they have to wear their PT gear. They have to. They can't wear you cannot wear buck gear, or you'll get tapped. Right? You'll get a strike, and then if you get 3 strikes, you got to go before a board, and then they're going to reprimand you, take your liberties away. So just keep that in mind. It's really rough during the freshman year, but once they get to be sophomores, everything gets so much easier for them. So that's what I would recommend. If there's anything else that I remember, I'll try to make another video and add to it. But that's basically kind of it. Just get there on graduation orientation. Make sure you get your seat early. Don't go to the family orientation thing, because you're going to miss a lot of the marching drills. And then by the time you get done with that and get to the stadium, there's going to be no seats for you. There isn't. I'm telling you, it fills up that fast. And park in parking lot C, which is right across from the marina. As you turn in off of Main Street, they'll be right on your left. Park there and walk. That's what I would recommend. That way you can get out earlier. Okay, so hopefully that helps. If there's anything else that I remember, I'll try to make another video. But you all have a great day. And by the way, my son's down now for Christmas, and we're having a good time here. So I hope everybody has a great New Year. And if you are, and your son or daughter is going to Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the fall, you made an excellent decision. It is by far the best school out there. We looked at a whole bunch of them, and for the money and the career that those kids are going to have when they graduate is unparalleled. Your kids they're gonna make 6 figures right out of college. The job fairs, the job placement, these kids get hired right out of college. So you made a great choice. So anyways, hope that helps, and you guys have a great 2026. And if there's anything else I can remember that I think might be important, I'll make some more videos. All right, you guys have a great day. Bye.